Tales from Reb Nachman, The Lost Jewel. Adapted and illustrated by David Sears. Once upon a time, a long time ago, there lived a poor clay digger. Every few days he went up to the mountains. There he dug clay and piled it into his wagon. When the wagon was full, he drove to the village. The potters in the village bought his clay and turned it into jugs and dishes and pots. One summer day, while working in the mountains, the clay digger found a beautiful stone. He put it into his pocket and continued filling his wagon. The next morning, the clay digger took his jewel to the village jeweler. When the jeweler saw the stone, he shook his head and smiled. "Wow! This is not an ordinary rock, my friend. It is a very rare and valuable diamond indeed. No one around here is rich enough to buy this diamond. If you want to sell it, my friend, you must travel to London, the city of the king." Well, London was far away, and the man didn't have enough money for the trip. Still, he sold his horse and wagon and everything he owned. And finally, after begging, he arrived at the port city to travel onward to London. The man searched until he found the ship going to London. And then he asked to see the captain. Soon, he was greeted by a giant with a thick mustache. The captain was dressed in a blue velvet coat with brass buttons and a long sword that was swinging from his belt. When the clay digger went to shake the captain's hand, he noticed that the captain had 2 fingers missing. "I don't have any money now," the clay digger said. The captain growled and scowled as if he was going to throw him down the gangplank. But, I do have this. When the captain saw the jewel, his eyes lit up. "Oh, you can pay me later," he said, clapping his new passenger on the back. The captain took him aboard with great honor and gave him a first-class seat on the boat. Now, the cabin had a window that overlooked the sea. The traveler would sit there happily with his diamond nearby, watching the sunlight flicker on the waves. One day, he sat down to eat. He took out his food, his bread, his sardines, his water, and he sat and ate until he fell asleep. He was so tired from the journey. Well, soon along came a waiter, and he did his job. He cleared off the table and threw every bit of the crumbs into the ocean, and then he went on his happy way. When the man woke up, oh boy, he realized what happened. He became so upset that he did not know what to do. "The captain will kill me if I don't pay my fare," the man said to himself. Finally, he saw that nothing could be gained by worry. So he forced himself to be happy, as if nothing had happened at all. The captain used to speak to the traveler for a few minutes every single day, and today was no exception. When he came the next morning, the man acted very happy, as if nothing had happened, so the captain couldn't even tell that he had lost his jewel. Then the captain asked him for a favor. "My dear friend, I know that you are very wise and honest. I want to buy a shipment of grain and sell it in London for a large profit. But if the officials discover that I have such a large amount of money, they'll think I stole it from the king's treasury. Let me buy the grain in your name, and I will pay you well for helping me." This sounded good to the traveler, and he agreed. When they came to London, the captain got off the boat and bought a warehouse full of grain. And he paid the traveler handsomely. He went on his way. The captain went straight to a tavern. He got really drunk on whiskey and wine. And other officers were there too. They were all drinking and being merry. And there was a fight broke out. And there was punching and hitting. And the drunken men reached for their swords. And during the fight, the captain was killed. The grain that the captain had bought was worth many, many times more than the diamond. And now it all belonged to, guess who? That's right, the clay digger. He got very rich from selling all that grain. Became a very wealthy man. Hashem never really gave the diamond to the poor man in the first place. The proof is that it did not stay with him. He was really supposed to get the grain. The proof is that the grain did stay with him. But he deserved to receive what Hashem wanted to give him only because he continued to be happy with whatever he had. The end.